Hello. Have you ever wondered, will Earth be our only home forever? I'm here to tell you that it probably won't be. I see in the future that we're probably going to be living on the moon for our first expansion. Now to do this, there's going to be 3 steps I see. First step is going to be traveling to the moon, of course, how we're going to get there. The second step is going to be what we're going to need. We're going to need the water, we're going to need the food, which is probably going to be crops, because crops are also going to produce your oxygen. I'm going to go into that later. The third step is what we're going to do after we successfully colonize on the planet. You know, we get everything running how we want it to, and what those plans will be. So my first thing I'm going to go over is traveling there. Now traveling there is going to be a one-way thing at first. It's going to be one large shuttle I'm seeing. It's going to carry about thousands of people. But for the first shuttle, it's not going to carry thousands of people. It's going to carry mainly cargo and essential things we're going to need. And maybe, you know, a couple scientists and definitely a couple engineers to get everything going. Now, when they first get there, what they're probably going to do is they're probably going to go to the moon and see how everything's laid out and pick the best thing to go to. And the moon, I found out through watching a video on YouTube called 5 Habitable Planets, is actually, like, they have volcanoes on there that are just vacant. They used to be, I guess, alive, but they're vacant now. And we could probably live inside the volcanoes is the best option because it has the best defensive coverage and natural defense. And so once we get in the volcano and they see everything, we get everything pulled out, they're going to probably start building greenhouses so we can live in there to produce oxygen with the plants. And along with the scientists and everything they brought with the cargo ship, they're also going to have already water there. But we don't have to really bring much in this circumstances because the moon actually, I found out through research, has water that's been frozen. There's been signs of frozen water there. So I'm assuming that we could take some of that frozen water and make it very useful for us. So after we get the greenhouse going with all that, and we just get everything going, then we're going to start bringing more people, to civilians. This is where the thousands of people come in on the shuttles. So they start coming in, you know, just various people's doctors and whatnot, and the farmers. That's going to be the biggest thing. We're doing it priority-wise. And then, you know, the very last few shuttles, you know, there's going to be the tradesmen and everything else, just regular days to the civilians. The third point, though, that I'm going to get into is, this is NASA, according to NASA.gov, is saying that after we colonize successfully on the moon, it's really only natural, you know, after we get everything running, we got the water, we got the food, we got all the doctors, the engineers, the nurses, the teachers, everything else. We actually start having a city like on the moon in the colony. After everything's done, we're going to see everything, see all the progress we made. And now that we figured out the mysterious key, we have unlocked it, how to survive a planet, you know, another planet. We're going to want to move forward to other planets. We're going to want to survive on other planets. We're going to want to thrive on other planets. We're just going to want to conquer. Because I personally think, and I'm sure other people, humans have a natural desire for hunger for more. And we're going to want to go out and do more and just take more things. It's a curiosity that we have, and we're going to go out, and it might be dangerous, because I think what would happen is, some people might call me crazy, but I think once we start expanding and this curious hunger that we have, just to keep going and going, finding other planets, that we're eventually going to run into another planet that already has someone like us there. They might not look exactly like us, but they're going to be another intelligent life form, I see. And we're going to try to want to take it over or whatever else, and hopefully it's not the case. Hopefully if we see them, it might be a peaceful interaction. But if not, it might be a hostile one, and I don't know, it's kind of interesting to me, but also, you know, it's unfortunate, but I don't know, it's one of these things that has been a crazy idea to most people, but to me I find it very interesting, because I do think that we can have life on another planet, and it's probably going to be the moon, like I've stated. And, I mean, if it ever does happen, which I think it will happen in the next at least 30 years, it's really just what's holding us back right now is technology. We just need to go a little bit further with technology, and people need to put more funds into this, because a lot of people aren't worried about it right now, but the Earth's not going to be there forever, especially with the way we're treating it nowadays. It's slowly fading, and we're going to have to eventually find another option, and it's going to be, one day I think, it's going to be the only hope for salvation for the human race, as crazy as that sounds. I think it's going to be, that's what it's going to be in the future. But, yeah, that's all I got to say on that, but I mean, I definitely wanted to thank you all for listening in, and I want y'all to have a great day. Thank you.